Hello everybody and welcome back to Evo Space. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and scan a couple little areas here. So we have 15 scanners. We had enough to make 15 of them with our supply of silicone that we had produced. So let's go ahead and head on over here along the coast here. We're going to walk a little bit away from the last little scan we did. We did the aluminum one last episode. So we're going to go this way a little bit and see if maybe we get something else other than the aluminum registering here. So we'll pop one right here. And that's going to give us copper right on the coast. That's good. Okay, so let's continue down here just a smidge more. And we'll go ahead and pop another one here. And that one's going to give us uranium. So let's go ahead and head inland here. We'll go probably about right here and scan again. Okay, so we got coal here. And I'm going to go ahead and wander off into this direction. Hopefully we get iron and oil eventually here as well. But we're going to waste the remaining 12 in this area and see if we can get some of those things on this side of the map as well. So this is what we ended up with after the 12 scans here. We have 2 uranium up here. We have the 2 oil. We have an iron off to the side here. We have some copper. We have a bunch of aluminum here. We have 2 coppers here and the coal. So what I went ahead and tried to do is pop them as close as I could together right here in this little section, just to see if maybe we can pop them one on top of the other and get all the nodes in one little area. But there does seem to be a limit to how close together they can be. We were walking and mashing the button until we were able to pop another one here. So you can't pop them one on top of another, but you can just, I guess, walk down a thing and just keep mashing them and then pop them close together in that sense. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and tear down our coal line that we have set up, right? We're going to go ahead and replace it down here. We're also going to go ahead and set up the coal coke line on that line as well. So we're going to leave the copper and the iron one alone for right now. So that way we're making coal coke and we can go ahead and get steam power and stuff like that going right now. And then have the furnaces getting fueled to be able to be producing the heat power we need. And then we'll move the iron and the copper over here eventually. Okay, so before we actually go ahead and set up the coal line again, let's go ahead and set something up here. We're going to go ahead and have an arm going into a hammer, and that hammer is going to be making the gravel, and then that gravel is going to go into a macerator, and that will produce the sand that we need for our building blocks that we're currently using. And then we can go ahead and just have sand getting backlogged in here, and then as we need to go ahead and build some flooring, we can go ahead and come here and take it from the chest. So I'm going to go ahead and hook these guys up really quick. We can go ahead and flip this guy around like that and like that. Then we can go ahead and plop a furnace there and then connect into it with some heat pipes like so. And then just go ahead and power this thing up, and it should just start making the sand that we need, which is fine. That's going to be running the stone there. And then we should have enough of the building blocks on us right now to go ahead and pillar out to the thing. Oh, well, that's actually kind of far away. We'll try and pillar out to that thing, and then we will hopefully have enough blocks to go ahead and start building the little platform we need. All right, so we are right over the top of the coal icon here. So if we go ahead and plop down a little 3x3 little area here, we can go ahead and lay down our mining unit again. So we had to go craft up some more flooring because we didn't have enough to build out the platform, but we can go ahead and lay down this stuff now, right? We can go ahead and have some conveyors going down this way, and we'll go ahead and have the coke ovens on the sides here. And we have 20 of these right now. So what we'll do is put 10 on one side and 10 on the other. And I know for a fact that this single mining unit is not going to be able to keep up with it, but we'll go ahead and just place these down for right now, just for the sake of having them down. And then we can go ahead and lay down the conveyors to go ahead and connect these guys in, and we'll see if that's an even amount. I don't know if I need to put another conveyor down or not. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to have these things connecting in like that all the way down the line here so that they are getting fed the coal here. So this should work. Yeah, we don't need another piece of conveyor belt. So we are going to need a couple more arms here, so we can go ahead and just craft those together. Let's do another 10, 15 of them so that those are crafting. And then while those are going, we can go ahead and lay down the pumps here. We're going to go ahead and do these on top here, hopefully, and it doesn't look too bad. If we can land on top, that'd be great. So let's go ahead and rotate this to be vertical if we can. So that should work, right? And it doesn't look too bad. So we're going to go ahead and have these extract on the top of all of these. If I could get it to, there we go. Then we're going to go ahead and connect them all together with some piping here. I don't think we have enough of this stuff either. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Can we land on the last one and see? So it's a 28 stretch long thing, so we should have enough to go ahead and do this. So with them all connected in, we can go ahead and draw a pipe across like that, and then we can take our fuel dump over here. We're not going to really store any of this stuff right now. We don't really need it still, so we can go ahead and just do this, and that's going to burn off whatever's in there. So I don't think we have anything in there now because we just put the coal in here, and that's going to go ahead and keep things running smoothly. So what we can go ahead and do now is go ahead and lay down all of the the arms here to go ahead and extract the coal coke from this thing. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we can go ahead and run the conveyors, and that can go ahead and terminate into one of the rack things. So we can go ahead and keep a storage of that stuff going, and also go ahead and use it to fuel our furnaces to go ahead and start producing power that we can go ahead and feed into one of the heat lines and then start powering our base like that, instead of having independent little furnaces everywhere. Okay, so I was going to have it terminating into a storage rack, but instead what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to have the furnaces on the side of the conveyors here, and they're going to be grabbing from the conveyor belt and then fueling themselves up, and that's going to be our way of fueling our base right now early game. And what we'll go ahead and do is just run a bunch of the heat piping right to our little engines and stuff, so everything keeps running as it should be. And then what we can do is get some of these guys and get them dragged out at least to go ahead and start getting these things ready. And then we can go ahead and place down the conveyor belts for right now. This is going to change. This is just for the time being. We'll go ahead and have this running. And then I don't think we have enough of the heat pipes to go ahead and run a heat pipe thing all the way back down this way. So let me just go ahead and connect these guys in, so at least we have both sides of the furnace array fueling up the thing here. Okay, so now that we have a couple more of the heat pipes made here, we can go ahead and drag these all the way back down this way to go ahead and connect in our mining unit and its little engines. And I think we'll go ahead and stick with 2 of them like we've had on the last couple here, since we need 2 kind of to keep this thing running smoothly. And do we have enough of these? I don't think we do. I think we're missing 1. Yeah, we're missing 1. Okay, well, let me go make that really quick, and then we can get this thing connected. Alrighty, so that should connect that in. This is going to start running here, and we should be good. And that's going to... Oh, you know what? I didn't even select the thing. So we need coal, genius, and that's going to start pumping out coal on the line here. And there we go. So that's going to keep this thing running, and now this should run indefinitely here. We're going to have to add on more miners, different tier miners, as we go ahead and swap out the coal coke ovens here. And again, this isn't going to be able to keep up with the 20 of these, but in the event that our line backs up like it is right now, since we went ahead and emptied our inventory into these things, it will at least fill up all of these things. So when we do get this line moving again, everything is going to be pumping out the coke onto the line, and then it should kind of buy us some time there. So now that we have this little thing hooked up, we can go ahead and move our science thing over here for the time being. We're not going to leave it here forever, but for right now, at least this is going to be producing a ton of heat, so we might as well use it since we don't have a whole lot of copper lying around. We went through all of our copper, and I haven't been running that line. This will at least let us keep using the heat here and getting the research stuff done. So let me go ahead and plop that there. We can go ahead and plop our computer back on the front of this, and then we can fill it up with some of those and trigger another research thing. So I'm not really sure what we should be going with, but let's go ahead and just do the tier 2 upgrade or tier 3 upgrade for inventory space, so we get even more inventory space here. Okay, so we're also going to go ahead and move our copper line over here as well. So we're going to go ahead and plop this guy somewhere right there. Should work. We can go ahead and trigger the copper to be coming out of this, and there's 2 nodes for it apparently, so that's fine. Okay, and then we can go ahead and run the conveyors, right? And then we will leave it there. We will go ahead and put a hammer here. That'll break down the copper ore. That can go that way. We can go ahead and put the copper ore that we have in our inventory in there. Then that can go ahead and export onto another conveyor that can go ahead and go into 2 of the macerators like we just had set up over there. Can I go ahead and fix that? There we go. And something like that should work, right? With the arms going that way. Where is our macerators? There we go. We can go ahead and have it there and there. And then we can go ahead and have these guys export. So we can do that and that. And then if we have a conveyor again to act as a buffer, so that should work, and have these go into smelters. So this can go that way, and then we can have our smelters this way, and let's have them facing that way, I guess. That's not too bad of an issue. And then we need to go ahead and expand the floor here just a smidge so we can actually place this stuff down, because we don't have the flooring there, so that should work. And we can go ahead and place the last little smelter this way as well, so that they are all connected in, and then we can just run the heat pipes over the top of these, and they're all going to go ahead and terminate into a storage rack as well, like we had set up a minute ago. So we can go ahead and have all these guys meet up in the center here. So this is going to be the center, and then we'll go ahead and have arms pulling from this thing, and that'll go ahead and go right into the hammer and the saw thing again. So we have the plates and parts being made, so we keep that going at least. And the saw thing is here, so we can have that go that way. This thing can go ahead and arm in. Actually, no, we needed the splitter in between here, right? And then we needed the cutter on this end of the thing, so that can go there. And then this terminates into a chest. And do we have chests? We do have chests. Okay, so chest there and a chest there. And that should be that line set up again. Actually, let's go ahead and plop the filter here. So we only want those two getting stuff put in them. So 3, 4, and 5 can get shut off. And then 1 and 2 are the only two that should be getting anything. And then we just go ahead and plop all our engines down again, like so and so. And then we run the heat pipes to those guys. We run these guys to those. And this guy gets an engine. And then we need 2 on this thing. And I don't know if we have enough heat pipes this time around because we do have to go a little further than what we were just doing. So let me see if we can even do this. So we have 16 there. We can hopefully drag it down to here and then have it branch around. How much more do we have? We have 7 left. So no, we can't actually do that. We can do this though. This is going to get that thing running at least. And then if we go ahead and steal a heat pipe from over here, we can get a hammer going at least. The hammer and the macerator. So at least part of the thing is running. So let's go ahead and take this. This isn't going to be that much of an issue. And actually we needed 2 of these. So one of these isn't going to do the trick, but that should get that running. We can go ahead and plop this stuff in there. We can plop the copper stuff in that thing. And with this final heat pipe, that'll go ahead and get the macerator going. So that way we have at least 1 furnace running. And I didn't actually put the arms back down for these guys. So these aren't going to actually do anything. So that can go there. We can go ahead and connect these guys in as well. So now everything is connected except for the heat pipes. We need to go ahead and let the copper process through for a little bit. And then hopefully we get enough of the copper going again so that we can finish off the heat pipes here. But that's the entire line done again. And I think that's going to work out nicely. This should just keep running now, especially since we have the coke connected into it. We're making more power than we were with the coal alone. So we should be kind of okay for the time being. So we are also going to go ahead and lay down our iron line here. We are going to go ahead and do it so we can go ahead and start making steel here. So next episode, we are able to go ahead and actually upgrade our machines and stuff to go to the next tier here because most of our stuff is just copper right now, or pretty much all of our stuff is copper right now. We're not making any steel to be making it into machines just yet. And the line is pretty much going to be the same thing how we just had it over there. So we're going to go into 1 hammer that's going to split into 2 macerators that's going to split into 4, or actually it's not going to split into 4 furnaces because we don't need to smelt it down. So we're just going to have it going into a hammer and then we should be kind of okay from there on out. So we can go ahead and put that there. That's going to go ahead and take the iron off the line here, and then we can go ahead and have it extracting and going to the side here. So it's going that way, and then we can have our conveyor belt go this way a little bit. Then we can go ahead and have it extracting from there, and we'll have the arm going to the left so that we can go ahead and have a conveyor belt here, and we can have our macerators on this side of the thing here so that we can go ahead and arm into these guys. And I think I might need to go ahead and make some more arms here, but we can go ahead and do that, and then we can have these guys extract, and we need another arm, and then these guys can go ahead and terminate into a rack for right now, like so. And then what we'll go ahead and do for right now is we'll just go ahead and place these down and then place the things in them manually to go ahead and make some steel. We're not going to full on manufacture this stuff just yet, but for right now we can go ahead and just load it up and get the things that we need as we need it. And then that should go there and there, and then we can go ahead and just take some coke off the line there and put it into the machines here. So not a big deal here. And before I go ahead and forget, we need to go ahead and plop another mine unit down on this thing because this is barely able to keep up with the first 2. So we need to go ahead and up our output of coke here. So where is my mining unit? There we go. And we can go ahead and just plop this here, and we'll go ahead and just run the heat pipe around the backside here. Hopefully this is able to get enough power out of it to go ahead and turn on right now. I don't know if our power is even on right now because everything's running very slowly. We are still producing a little bit of power, so we should have that kick on hopefully. Oh, you know what? I didn't select the thing to be outputting coal, so that's not going to actually do anything. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so everything's actually grinded to a halt right now. We're not actually producing any power in the line, so I'm going to go ahead and take the coke out of this thing that I just put in there. We have 20. That should hopefully kickstart those engines to get them moving. We do have output right now, so we should have some power generating right now in a second. And with the 20 in there, we should see these guys counting up at least. And yeah, they're going, nope, they're not going up again. So we might be just chewing through too much power that the little line that we have set up isn't actually able to keep up with it. these guys are still outputting. They are still outputting. We need to go ahead and swap out those things then. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is swap these guys out for the copper variant because these are just the bare bones stone ones. So the next tier should go ahead and increase the efficiency of the fuel, and they look shiny, so why not? Let's go ahead and dump whatever coke we have on us. That only had 6 apparently. Never mind, I thought it had more than that. Then we can go and reconnect this thing in, and we should hopefully have some more power coming through the line here. Anyway, while that's going, we can go ahead and run the heat line down this way, right? We can go ahead and stop there, and then we can go ahead and plop the engines down that we need. So this guy needs to go that way, and we can go ahead and plop down 2 there, 1 there, and then run the rest of the heat pipes here. Should be just fine. And we're going to need 1 more engine on this side of the thing here, so we can go ahead and have this macerator running as well. So then that should be that, and just run a heat pipe like that. And whenever we get our power situation squared away over here, we should have some stuff running again. So these guys are all getting coke, and even that last one there. So okay, so we should see something up here. We're producing 9K and we only need 6, and we'll see if that goes up anymore. It topped out at 6.1, so hopefully we can build a backlog. We are building a bit of a backlog, so we should be okay with power right now. Okay, so before we wrap up today, something that's new, I believe, is the smelters, right? So last season, I think the only thing available to us was the stone smelter, which was limiting in a way because that's as fast as things would process through until we started using the electric smelters and stuff like that. So now we have the copper smelter and the steel smelter available. So those should increase the processing speed because if we click on the stone one here, we have a speed process of 1. So I think we probably have like a 2 and then a 3. I'm not too sure though. We can make one of these for right now and just see what the difference is and see if it's going to be faster or not. And just for the test here, we can go ahead and throw a thing of copper in there and it gives it a speed of 2.2. So yeah, when we swap all this stuff over eventually and start using the better machines and stuff, and our smelters need to be upgraded, we can go ahead and swap them out to this, and it increases the speed at which it processes through. So that's going to come in handy pretty good later game though. But anyways, I think for today that's going to go ahead and be it. Next episode we're going to go ahead and hopefully have steel in abundance that we can go ahead and swap out our machines here and hopefully begin the process of producing aluminum so we can go ahead and get to the tier 3 stuff eventually down the line here. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.